people who keep us in our dysfunction. They are friends who are actually very good to you. But at the end of the day, they actually don't help you to grow. They help you, they kind of like allow you to be so comfortable in your mess that you're comfortable there, and they'll do everything to just keep you there. Sometimes intentionally, sometimes unintentionally, which either way, you're losing as a person. Love is a big calling. It calls for looking out for the other person, at times at the expense of self.
Wow, deep. Love is a big calling. It asks of always forgiving, always looking at the positive side and wishing the best for other. Love is about never focusing on a person's shortcoming, while appreciating the positive endeavor and positive attributes of an individual.
Wow, yeah. These are actually things that our director gave us. Apparently, he wrote them some time back, and he just pulled them out randomly. And for some reason, it kind of has a relationship with what you're going to talk about today, right? Yeah.
Such a coincidence.
Yes. So welcome back to Disi Jas.
Glad to have you, kama kawaida.
Absolutely. Yes. You guys are just the best. Thank you for the support. Thank you for just being with us throughout this journey.
Yes.
Remember when we started with this thing of the matatu? And some of you have been the ultimate passengers, man.
And you have been the perfect conductor.
I've been the conductor, man. I've been here, man. Taking your money, giving you back. Hakuna chenye mtu nimekataa nayo. And the driver has been good. She knows all the routes. Apigi zile hesabu za drivers za kuenda 90 kilometers to save 3 meters.
Yeah, so, I got you guys.
So far, so good, right?
Yes.
The ride has been amazing, eh?
Yes, it has.
Yeah. We thank you guys so much.
Thank you guys. We really appreciate it. We love you so much. Najia, your story, we continue with our candid conversations.
Yeah, absolutely.
Today we have something really awesome for you. It's about friendship. Tell us more.
Yeah, and the topic can be very cliche because we talk about friends every day.
Yeah.
But like we said, we are exploring those things that young people, we struggle, isn't it? Struggle. Yeah, and basically, the argument we wanted to just make is friendships are important. And definitely you can't... They say no man is an island. And the more you grow older, the more you're able to realize the value of having the right relationships. So today we're just exploring which are these right relationships and which are the wrong ones. And also at the end of the day, are you extracting the most value from your relationships? So as much as it's about companionship and all those things, I also believe that relationships are also about growth. So I think the question we want to ask ourselves today is, are you in the right relationships? And are you extracting the value, the most value as you should? And are you actually growing?
Yes. Are you really growing? Are you finding value in the friendships that you're in?
Absolutely.
I read somewhere that we are a generation. We're talking about our generation too much. Yeah? We are a generation.
That's the whole point of Disi Jas.
Yeah.
Wank.
So we are a generation that has had the most social interaction ever, thanks to social media, Facebook, Instagram, whatever, all social media platforms. How many friends do you have on Facebook?
Many. I think I've hit that limit. It's like 5K. Yeah.
You've hit the limit?
Yeah, I think so.
Celeb, where we are sorry.
I don't even know half of them who they are.
You don't know them, yeah?
I do not know.
But you know quite a lot of people. Some that you've not even met, but you feel like you have.
Absolutely. And we actually have a bit of a relationship. We can talk, we can engage. You feel like you know them. Yeah.
So apparently we are a generation that has had the most social interactions, but with the least amount of intimacy, and we are the most lonely generation ever. The irony of it, yeah? We know so many people. So the idea here is not knowing people. The idea is not really making friends, because as it is, we're already having a hard time keeping the ones we have. But the idea is finding value in what we already have, and just assessing, is there any value in it,
Exactly.
Or the friendships that we have. Do we need to probably just rethink or see where this is going?
Yeah, at the end of the day, are you with the right friends? Or are you with the right friends? That's really the question. I think we can straight go to the points.
Yeah.
So we just broke it down into two: the friends you do not need and those that you need.
Yeah.
And it's a bit different. So you're just going to explore what we think are not the right friends for us. So the first category of friend that I think are not the best are friends that are, I call them friends that are good to us, but not good for us. I actually had this, I was listening to this someone where, I think Pastor Stephen Fatika was talking about people who keep us in our dysfunction. You know, they are friends who are actually very good to you, but at the end of the day, they actually don't help you to grow. They help you, they kind of like allow you to be so comfortable in your mess that you're comfortable there, and they'll do everything to just keep you there. Sometimes intentionally, sometimes unintentionally, which either way, you're losing as a person. Their friends, for example, you tell them there's a habit you want to stop, and they'll keep encouraging it, for example. Say, for example, you want just to stop drinking. So people are going to be inviting you for every weekend for something. There's always a plot. Yet they know that's something you want to stop. And because maybe they know you're struggling with it, they're not helping you to get out of it. So they keep you in your dysfunction. Or maybe even when you have like things that are not good about you, they'll never tell you about them or help you. They'll always encourage you. They're like, that is who you are. Don't let anybody tell you to change and all those things. And in a sense, they don't help you to grow. So I think we need to be very careful.
So those are friends who are good to you, but not good for you.
Yeah, they're good to you, but not good for you.
What about, I think there's also another aspect of friends who are good to you, but not good for you.
Yeah.
In that, I see you, for example, making a mistake or just going the wrong way, but I'll not tell you not to, I'll not call you out of your bullshit. I'll just be so nice to you and so good to you. And watch you go astray in the name of, I don't want to make you mad.
Yeah.
Or if at all I tell you that, then the other person now gets mad.
Yes.
So your friendship is just a sweet little thing that's not really real, Hutaki kukasirika, hamtaki kuwa real with each other.
Everything is okay, but at the end of the day, it's not beneficial.
And I feel like that just definitely moves into the next point. Friends who just are negative people and are jealous.
Yes.
It just is something that is so toxic to friendships. Like, for example, you have something new going on or adventure you want to get into, and then this person will just, instead of encouraging you, they just be like, having the negative vibes.
Yes.
Are you sure you're capable? Are you sure unaweza? Na vile unakuanga, unakuanga, like they will just bring your weaknesses at the forefront. Just something that will cut you off from where you want to go.
Definitely.
And yet they are friends.
In a way, they sabotage you without you even knowing.
Yeah.
Because maybe you have, like you said, a brilliant idea, but then they're like, do you think this idea is going to work? Oh, don't you think you're rushing? Don't you think it's too early? Don't you think all those things?
Yeah.
Instead of helping you to actually achieve it, that in spite of the challenges or whatever they foresee, that they can actually help you, they should not use that as a reason to, stop you from growing. And sometimes, like you said, it's because they're selfish or they're jealous of the kind of success. And it's funny that friends can actually be jealous of one another.
I don't get it.
And it happens a lot. I've heard people complain about that your own friends are actually jealous
of you.
Your own success, your progress. Yes, you'll imagine, ideally, that's what friends are supposed to do. I'm not sorry to say, I feel like women complain about that a lot.
Wow.
Yeah. I feel that sometimes, I've heard ladies complain about how sometimes the way they relate to one another, sometimes they can be very superficial. Because up here, we're all happy for one another. But ukichimba tu, kidogo tu.
We are all sweetie, darling, babe, nini, but really, that person is not happy for you. But there's a truth in that women gossip a lot. Also men gossip. I've had a few men
and kidogo competition pale chini ya maji.
Yes.
Up here, it's like we're all good. Fist bump, nini. But when you go when you clearly really deeply analyze such relationships, you can see a lot of competition, a lot of jealousy and envy and undercutting and sabotage going on.
Which is really bad. And I don't get why you should keep such a friend or why such a person should be your friend. So probably it's something to look out for. Friends who are negative, friends who gossip. And if you have, I really hate gossip, you know that, right?
Yeah.
So if for example a friend gossips or tells you a lot about another person, what makes you think that they don't talk about you to other people as well? So gossip, negativity, jealous.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that also just reminds me of the next point again. We have people that I want to call the sponge.
Sponge.
Yes. People whose work is just to absorb and suck things from around us. They take our time, they take our money, our resources, feelings, emotions, our empathy, our sympathy, our support. But when it's their time to do that, They're never available to do that. But now you have an issue, you want a listening ear, or you want someone who can bail you out, or you want someone to just sympathize and empathize with you. They're never available to do that. So their work is just to take in, but they never give.
And they don't give out.
Yeah, and when they give, it's strategic. You know, like when you throw a pebble for like something, so that maybe like
what you do to chicken.
To chicken, exactly. You give one so that comes closer. So that happens, and it's kind of like a very sly kind of behavior where you may not see it happening because occasionally they'll always do things for you. But when you look at what you've done vis-a-vis what they've done for you, and it's not really about comparing or competing about who can do the most, but you can see that these people really take more than they give, and eventually maybe these are the people that after you spend time with them you feel drained, whether emotionally or even financially and in other ways. There's some people just spend time around and then just feel drained because now probably you are with them for like 3 hours and throughout the entire period you're just listening to their issues about how this is happening. When you try to share your point, unaambiwa kanyagia kwanza, acha nikwambie unajua hata nani alifanya hivi. So a lot of what happens is you just listening to them and helping them through their issues, but really,
it's actually there's no point for you. It's never about you. They're always talking about themselves. So at the end of the day, after spending so much time with that person, your cup is totally empty. And theirs is full. And it's not a one-time thing. It happens all the time. They always have a cup that empty comes. You fill it up, you leave drained. So I feel in as much as there isn't so much expectations or rules to friendship, there should be a balance.
Yeah, that's true.
And as much as you're giving, you take yes, but you also give.
Yeah.
You be there for your friends in as much as they are there for you. If you feel like your friendship is one way, then I think you need to rethink it.
Absolutely.
I don't know. You might quit or you just decide to talk about it.
Or you just now, like you said, talking about it and like trying to like now communicate those expectations. Like this, I want this and this and this and this from you. Because sometimes if you don't, some people will just have their way because they're benefiting. Someone said that whenever you want to bring about change, the person who was benefiting from the previous situation does not have a reason to like accept
the change.
Exactly. So if maybe previously this is a person who would always give you their problems and you help them, then when you want now to demand a bit of like a change in the dynamics of the relationship, you'll not be so keen to do it. But the more reason you should go through, you should push through it and demand that.
Yeah.
Someone says it's like having a bank account of sorts. There's always an emotional bank account. Ensure that people do not withdraw without depositing things in you. Because sometimes you're going to get to a point where you can't give anything because you don't have anything.
Have nothing left.
Yeah, because people have just withdrawn or you've drawn and given to people.
And you can't give from an empty cup.
Yeah, exactly. You cannot.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, okay, man. I feel like this relates to the previous episode, especially the last thing you stated on the point of communication. So this means communication is very essential. Is very essential in friendships as well.
Absolutely. And I think just anywhere. I think we talked some time back and I was telling you about how, for me, I value communication because really it's what keeps things going. Yeah.
Assertive communication.
Assertive, now that makes it even better.
Yes.
So it's not really, it's about communicating the right way and the right things.
Yes.
In the right tone, in the right manner.
To the right people.
Oh, wow. Absolutely. Want to give us the next point?
So the next point is friendships that make you feel like you need to be a certain way, Friendship that seem quote-unquote conditional, that you have to be structured in a certain way. You have to keep proving yourself, keep proving who you are to this person or to these people for you to be their friends. So you're not able to be your real self. You're not able to be authentic with these people because you have to put a certain image of what is quote-unquote expected of you with them. So you're not yourself. Una struggle. You're just putting up a face of who you're not.
Looking for ways to impress them,
Yes.
Which I think is actually like a tool for control. Because the people who will always do that so they can keep controlling you. Because you'll always feel like you're not enough. You don't measure up. So you'll always be doing more. And that's what they want. They want you to be trying harder, to do more, to give more. And it's like a tool for manipulation and control. You don't know it because you may think, hey, it's someone just trying to help me to level up. But no, it's not really about leveling up. It's really about you being controlled and being manipulated. So to the benefit of the other person. Yes. So I agree with you.
Every time you feel like you're less than other people, or when you're with your friends you feel like you're less worthy. I feel that's a kind of friendship that should be questioned.
I think you should definitely you need to relook at the dynamics of that relationship. Really, are you at the same wavelength? Why is it that you are the only person who has to keep stepping up your game so you can get to their level? Really, because sometimes like relationships are all about compromise. Give and take. So sometimes if I can get to your level, is it also possible for you to come down to my level?
Exactly.
Then?
Actually, yes. Can we balance? Are we at the same wavelength? Like you said. So much for friends we don't need. How about we talk about the kind of friends that we need?
Yes, friends that we need. And I think it's important because now we've talked about friends that we don't need. We might as well also offer a solution. It's not that we are experts in this. I mean, all of us are struggling.
We try. We're
just trying to share the information that we have. Like, for example, this bit on the friends that you need. There's this clip that we just watched on from Robert Burale, where he just offers like some solid insights on the kind of friendships that you need. And the first one he talks about is the kind of person who knows your strengths and supports you to even become stronger and work on that. People who know you're good in this and they will always create opportunities for you to grow. Where they see as if you're not going right, they'll lead you to the right path, show you the right people, the right places, the right things to do, and basically just make you stronger than you are. So I think that's very important.
And I think that's kidogo. What do I say? Rare. Like friends who build you, we would like to call them the builder, a person who builds you to get to where you want to be. It could be a person probably your age or someone who you're in the same level, and it could also be a person who's a bit older or just more experienced and is at the level where you want to get, and this person is helping you get there. So this person knows your strengths and is helping you get there. The other one was a friend who knows your weaknesses but doesn't use them against you. Absolutely. That is, I feel like that is something so big and major. Someone who knows your weaknesses but still loves you, still protects you, still treats you as a friend, and doesn't keep reminding you of your weaknesses. And
judging you.
Why?
Because there are people who use your weaknesses
against you.
Yes. And it happens. For me, a rule that we have with some of my friends is like no judgment. No matter what I do, first try to empathize with me and understand why I did it. Then now you can correct me. So always you correct from a point of love and empathy. Those people who are like, hey man, I think sometimes you should have friends. Much as of course your friends should hold you to account, it's first important for them never to judge you first, because again, if you're judgmental, then the whole idea is not to help the person to change. You're just trying to probably to make them feel bad about their weaknesses or whatever and to keep them down. I agree.
There's something you mentioned that I liked, accountability.
Yes.
I think accountability is very important in friendships.
Yes.
And I feel like a friendship where you're not accountable to each other is sort of superficial.
Yes.
So you need to have friends who you can be accountable to, who you can tell you're good and bad, you're dirty and beautiful, people you can celebrate with and people you can cry with. At the end of the day, I feel like we all need a safety net to land on.
It's true.
And we also need people who will, like you say, not judge us. We will be accountable to them, but they will treat us with grace and with love and with empathy in as much as we are correcting each other.
The next one, and I think that's why earlier related to a point you're saying, you also need a friend who is further along than you are, who is doing better than you are, and who actually challenges you to get to where they are and will even support you to get there. So is it Jim Brown who said that you are the average of the 5 friends in your life?
Yes.
So then it means the goal in life should always be to look for friends who are doing better than you are. Maybe not necessarily in all areas, but at least in 1 or 2 areas. Maybe this person can teach me the capacity to love, and from them I can actually look up to them. There's someone who maybe is very, very entrepreneur, and I can learn that from them. So in many ways, just look for people that you can actually look up to, and find people like that who actually challenge you to level up and will support you to get to their level. Because that's, like we said, a friendship is about growth. Yes.
Wow. I think another important aspect of friendship is consistency. We all need friends who are consistent, friends who are there, not just sometimes siku zingine amekuruka ama they are MIA, like especially when you need them the most. So we need consistency in friendships. Could be meeting up, talking, calling. I have a friend who's very who's very, I think, interesting. Like every time she asks me, how are you? And then I tell her I'm fine. She's like, like that's not enough. Like I want details. And then she asks me, Ati, how is your spiritual life? How is your emotional? Like she wants all details, everything. She wants an essay, and you have to give it. And I value that. I really love that. Yeah.
Oh, so going beyond the superficial, how are you doing? Good. My life is good. Yeah.
Like don't just tell me you're good. I know you're good. Like you look good, but give me the deeds. Let me know how it's going. And after some time again, we meet again and catch up from where we left last time. This is how it was going. This is how we left. So how is it going? How are things going? So I think consistency is something that is very key in friendships.
Absolutely.
And it helps friendships stay for a very long time, or just remain there even over distance, over a period of time. And I feel like especially in 2020 during the corona period, most friendships were affected because guys were not able to remain consistent. They weren't able to meet Nini. So you should just find ways of remaining consistent.
That's true.
Thank you for being a good friend. You should find a way of remaining consistent in your friendships and in your relationships. It's really key and keeps them going.
Absolutely. And talking of consistency, I think it's basically people you can always count on. And there are people that even when you're not around, they'll always stand up for you. They will always support you. They'll always plead your cause for you. You want people who, once you leave the room, if you leave them behind, they're going to ensure that your interests are taken care of. There are people who are good to you when you're with them, but once you leave, you cannot always rely on them to do what is
you're
right
not sure.
for you. Yes. So I think also consistency in terms of that that people you can actually rely on. There's a friend of mine who also keeps saying that he does not like people who always give excuses as to why they cannot show up for you.
Wow.
Yeah, and I think that's key, especially if this is someone you actually call your close friend. There are people who you want friends who can actually go to any length to help you when you need them without giving excuses. And maybe later they can say 1 or 2, 3 things. I really struggle to help you this time around, but because of 1, 2, 3 things. But you need them, they're going to be there. Maybe now later is when maybe you can discuss or they can give excuses. But at least people you're sure they can always show up for you.
And also with that point, I think it also relates with friends who can mention your name even in rooms, when opportunities arise, this friend will definitely just mention your name or send you opportunities because, hey, kuna watu. An opportunity will come up, someone will know, and they will not tell you because they somehow feel you'll be competition.
Yes.
So a friend who will mention your name in places, even when you're not there, you have not even asked them to. They will do that because you're their friend. A friend will send you opportunities. That is a friend I think we all need.
Yeah, we do. And you see, especially sometimes people get insecure, and that's why you'll see sometimes people friendship in a sense sometimes can become like a competition. So that then if you're competing, it means if there's a way in which I know you can beat me or become better, then I'm not going to ensure that I block you from accessing such kind of opportunities. So I think we need people who are just selfless.
But anyway, because even if you become better, what's wrong with that?
That's true. And you can only become better even by lifting each other, If I go higher, I lift you up, you come to my level, probably go higher, lift me up, and that's how we probably get to the top together.
That candle doesn't go off by lighting another.
Absolutely.
The room gets brighter.
I love that. Yeah. You don't lose anything by lighting another. Good. That's solid. Kabisa.
Sio mkono, it's the other one, man. It's true, it's this one.
Ani wani mrasta hivyo mpaka unajua mkono ya kugota.
Wait, don't joke. I think the other aspect, probably the last one I'd mention, is you don't want a friendship that's just stagnant here. You want growth in a friendship.
Yes.
Every kind of relationship really needs growth. You just can't be where you are 10 years ago. You need to grow, and you need to help each other grow as friends. So if you see a friend is lagging behind, man, you have to help them. And you have emotionally, financially, physically, every way. If you see your friend is kidogo lag, so what is happening to you?
It's okay. It's that day.
Yeah, so a friendship should grow. It shouldn't be just imeka tu hapo. You should grow, help each other grow, and the friendship also itself, it grows from one level to another, because people also grow. You don't stay where you were like 5 years ago. People graduate, people get engaged, people get married, people get kids. So even with, as your life stages are growing, your friendship should also grow.
Keeps changing. Yeah. And you're right, because as a principle of life, anything that doesn't grow dies.
Yeah.
Maybe could that be the reason as why sometimes you had like this very good friendship, and now it's no longer as good as it used to be. You're not as close as you used to be, as tight as you used to be, and you wonder why. Maybe is it because you're not growing? Anything that doesn't grow will actually automatically die. It's like a principle of life, nature and everything. So it's good to always seek growth constantly. That's how you like keep engaged and you can maintain those connections and even make them stronger. Otherwise you'll just find one or two friends falling off from time to time.
And how do you get the growth? By watering the friendship.
Definitely.
The grass is greener where it is
watered.
True. So you water the friendship, keep the consistency, keep the communication, keep everything going on.
Be invested.
And definitely the friendship will grow.
Yeah, and being just intentional about doing all that, right?
Intentionality.
Yeah. I think it's important to just be intentional about everything, friendship included. Because now if you want, if maybe you notice that your relationship, maybe there's a bit of a problem, it's not as strong as it used to be, then maybe it's you to be proactive enough to take the step to do the right things, to, like you said, to water that relationship. Which are these things that maybe you used to do that used to, bring you very close, that used to build the relationship that maybe you no longer do. Sometimes of course people get busy, like some people change, you get families, do all those things. But if we're intentional, we should be able to cultivate these relationships and build them to even become better. And people have done amazing things with their friends, right? There was always this quote about at house, Bill Gates started his company with his best friend Paul Allen. So someone else started their company with their best friend. People have done amazing things with their friends. Even locally, maybe examples that you don't know. I know people, for example, know a couple of friends of mine who got together. They were like about 8. They formed like a casako of sorts, or a group of sorts. Now they're doing like big time farming, man.
Awesome.
Big time, making money, helping each other, and I think that's what even has kept them close to this day and age.
I think friendship is key, and probably even in relationships, like romantic relationships, I feel like friendship like forms a really good bond, a strong bond that keeps everything going, even when the lovey-dovey kind of fades away and you feel like, I don't really like this person right now and I don't want them, but because you're friends and because the friendship is just you keep going. I feel like friendship is a beautiful thing, very beautiful, and it just keeps things going even when things are really hard and tough. So
like in love, Is that something you've experienced? Because like I saw you became a bit passionate about that.
That's a good question.
All right, I think it's a wrap,
Yes, it's a wrap, not moi, but it's a wrap. Thanks guys for staying tuned.
Absolutely. Thank you for following us and for paying attention to us.
Yes, in our content. We love you. Thanks for the subscriptions. Thanks for liking. Leave comments down below of what you think of this video, and if there's anything you'd like us to do next or talk about, let us know. We'll definitely put it into consideration.
Disi Jas on Facebook.
Yes.
Disi Jas Instagram. Yes. And then we have our own handles.
Social media handles.
Yeah, you just
follow us.
Yes.
To follow. Follow us as we follow Christ.
Exactly. And let's keep engaging.
Bye guys.
Bye.
Love you so much. See you in the next episode.